Good morning. Welcome to Palmasola Softball Complex here in Bradenton, Florida. It is the playoffs of the 2026 Florida Gulf Coast League. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this first round matchup between the 13 seed Manatee Skeeters and the 12 seed DeSoto Queens. Winner of this game will advance to a game later on today against the Circus. The loser will see their 2026 season come to an end. Here is the starting lineup for the Skeeters. Their head coach Morgan Kostler. They are 5-11 here on the season, a half game back of the Queens in the final standings. Sydney Tatarski, the left fielder, will lead things off. Olivia Artanis, the second baseman, will bat second. Kendall Bradshaw bats third and plays center. Annalisa Weinbarger catching, batting fourth. Tegan Riley, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Batting sixth is Addison Fry, the designated player. Batting seventh is Keely Cochran, the first baseman. Julia Tomolsky, right field, batting eighth. And Leila Tidball, the shortstop, will bat ninth. First pitch to Tatarski is a called strike, and we are underway. In the circle for the Queens is the righty Avery Dockery. Dockery, right-handed freshman out of Florida State, redshirted for the Seminoles in 2026. Dockery for the Queens this year made 12 appearances with 24 and a third innings pitched, a 1-1 record, 13 runs allowed, 11 earned, 3.16 ERA, 25 hits, 24 strikeouts to 12 walks, 152 the whip. As a team, the Queens pitched 92 and 2/3 innings, gave up 82 runs, 65 earned for a 4.91 ERA. Tatarski with a fly ball to left. That's going to be caught for out number one. Olivia Artanis now steps in. Artanis with a 3.53 average, 12 of 34, 7 runs scored, 5 runs driven in. All her hits were singles this season. She had 4 walks during the regular season. As a team, the Skeeters in 16 games had a team batting average of 268. They scored 86 runs, a team on base percentage of 363. That comes in high. 3 balls and a strike. Now on Artanis. That's back to the pitcher. Dockery is unable to make the play, and Artanis reaches on an E1. So an error results in the first base runner of the game for the Skeeters, and that will bring up the all-star Kendall Bradshaw. Finished second in the league in home runs, and that ball is driven to deep center field. That's way back, way gone. And the Skeeter home run hitter, KB Bradshaw, starts off the playoffs with a 2-run shot. It's 2-0 Skeeters. So the Skeeters immediately make the Queens pay for the error. And KB Bradshaw comes through with a homer. 2-0. And that'll bring up the catcher, Annalisa Weinberger. Weinberger, a .345 hitter in the regular season. 10-29, 6 runs scored, 11 RBIs, had 3 home runs, 4 walks, and a hit by pitch. Takes first pitch high for ball 1. Queens started off as one of the hotter teams in the league in the first week, struggled in the last couple of weeks, finished the season on a 2-game losing streak to finish up at 5-10. Skeeters, a 3-game losing streak to finish the year after they had a 3-game winning streak, and they finished up at 5-11. It's fouled away. And that's strike 3. Dockery comes back after the home run to get a strikeout. There's 2 away. And that'll bring up third baseman Tegan Riley. Riley, 12 of 36, batting .333 in the regular season. 3 runs scored, 7 runs driven in, had a double, and 4 walks. The 400 OBP fouls first pitch off for strike 1. Defensive alignment for the Queens. Hall in left, Van Meter in center, McKinney in right, Sepsic at third, Fox at short, Sicaro at second, Mayhew at first, and Metz behind the plate. And a diving attempt by Fox comes up empty, and that'll be a single for Tegan Riley. As the Skeeters tried to add to the 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up the designated player, Addison Fry. Fry, 3 of 14 in the regular season, 214 the average, 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, had a homer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Two hopper to second. The stop made by Sicaro. The throw's in time, and that'll do it for the Skeeters here in the first inning. But the Skeeters jump on the board. A 2-run homer by KB Bradshaw. As the Skeeters get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Skeeters 2, Queens coming to bat. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Skeeters. Lauren Fox leading things off for the Queens, and the first pitch is a called strike from the pitcher for the Skeeters. That is Addison Fry. Fry, a freshman at Providence in 2026, entered the transfer portal and is headed to Kentucky. On the year for the Skeeters, Fry made 9 appearances in the regular season, 27 2/3 innings pitched with a 1-4 record, 23 runs allowed, 17 were earned for a 4.30 ERA, 35 hits, 34 strikeouts to 12 walks. 170 the whip, and she issues a walk to start things off to Lauren Fox. Now we'll bring up Rayleigh McKinney. First pitch is a strike. As a team, the Skeeters in the regular season in 16 games pitched 98 1/3 innings, gave up 130 runs, 104 were earned for a 7.40 ERA. Swing and a miss, fouled off at the plate actually on a hit and run. No balls and 2 strikes. The lineup for the Queens: Lauren Fox, the shortstop, leading things off. She walked. Rayleigh McKinney, right fielder, batting second. Gwen Hall, left field, bats third. Keegan Mayhew, first base, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Ava Metz, the catcher. Ashlyn Van Meter, center field, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Jamie Sepsik, the third baseman. Avery Dockery, the designated player and pitcher, will bat eighth. And Cassie Sakuro, second base, batting ninth. The defensive alignment for the Skeeters: Sotarski in left, Bradshaw in center, Tomolsky in right, Riley at third, Tidball at short, Artanis at second, Cochran at first, with Weinbarger catching. Just misses inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third, charging in. The throw's not going to be in time, and Fox will take third. She's safe there. So an infield single for McKinney, and Fox takes third. Aggressive base running by the Queens, and they look poised to try to answer back here in the bottom of the first inning with the left fielder, Gwen Hall, about to step to the plate. Hall, 5 of 24 on the season. 208 the batting average, with 5 runs scored, 4 runs driven in, a homer, a double, 8 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. Finished the regular season with a 441 on base percentage. And she has a chance here for the Queens to answer right back after the Skeeters took the 2-0 lead with a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning. First pitch of the ball. These two teams played on opening day. The Queens took a 6-3 victory over the Skeeters. Runner goes. They will not throw down. Stolen base for McKinney. And now both runners are in scoring position, and it's a 3-0 count on Gwynn Hall. There's a strike. So the walk is issued. And that win for the Queens, you could trace all the way back to why they are the home team here in the higher seed. Finished a half game ahead of the Skeeters. So well, this goes to show once again, every game counts, whether it's the very first one or the last one in the regular season. Two teams finish up the regular season. First pitch, lined by Keegan Mayhew, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. One run will come in to score. Here comes McKinney. She will score as well, and that is a 2 RBI double by Keegan Mayhew. And we're tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. So the Queens All-Star matches the Skeeters All-Star with 2 RBIs. And that will bring up the catcher now, Ava Metz. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. Metz batted .208 in the regular season, 5 of 24, 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, a double, and 6 walks. As a team, the Queens, in 15 games, had a .214 average and scored 39 runs, .311 the on-base percentage. So the offense not where they wanted it to be, but if they can put it together like they had the first week or so of the season, they can make a run. We'll see. That one came across for a strike. 87 degrees at first pitch. A little bit of a breeze, not a whole lot. A few clouds at the sky. Woke up this morning to a heat warning, so that's always fun. Quite humid, but definitely what you're expecting playoff time. That's a little outside, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Madison Fry trying to get out of a jam here. The Queens had tied things up, and they are looking for more with 2 runners in scoring position. Called strike 3. That came across, backdoored for the first out of the inning. And that now brings up the center fielder, Ashlyn Van Meter. Van Meter, a .306 average in the regular season, 11 of 36, 5 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. All 11 her hits were singles, with 3 walks and a hit by pitch. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit, and the Queens have the lead. 1 run will come in. The throw comes in. That's going to be an RBI single over Van Meter. All scores. And it's now 3-2 Queens. So the Queens respond, and they take the lead back. Or take the lead for the first time today, I should say. And Jamie Sepsic now at the plate. Runners on the corners, 1 out. First pitch is a strike. Sepsic, 4 of 24, batting 167. With a run scored, 2 runs driven in, 5 walks during the regular season. Mentioned the winner of this game will come back here on field 2 at 2:30 and play the 5-seed Circus for an opportunity to play the Squeeze tomorrow in the quarterfinals. A single elimination. Quarterfinals tomorrow, along with the semifinals, and championship game 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Saturday. Right here on field 2. Over on field 1, the other first round matchup is featuring the 11-seed Impact and the 14-seed Sea Cows. Winner of that one will take on the Aquanauts on field 1 this afternoon. That's ball 4. And now the bases are loaded once again with 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. And we're about to see the 8th batter of the inning step up. And it's the opposing pitcher, Avery Dockery. Dockery, 6 of 21, batting 286 with 4 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, has 2 home runs, which leads the Queens, along with 3 walks. They're in the bottom of the second over on field 1, no score between the Sea Cows and the Impact. So the full schedule for today, got the Queens and the Skeeters now. Game 2 of the day here on field 2 will feature the 8-seed Loggerheads and the 9-seed Finns. That's coming up at noon. Winner of that one will take on the regular season champion Slice. Over on field 1 at noon, you'll have the 7-seed Rodeo taking on the 10-seed Snowbirds. Winner of that one will take on the 2-seed Rivermocks tomorrow in the quarters. And then we'll have the winners of these 2 games. Queens and the Skeeter winner that you're watching right here will take on the Circus at 2:30, and the Aquanauts will take on the winner of the Impact and the Sea Cows at 2:30 over on field 1. Counts now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dockery pops this one up on the infield. The infield fly is called. The catch is made by Tidball, and there's now 2 gone. So that'll bring up the 9th batter of the inning. The Queens batting around here in the first. Cassie Sakura will be the batter. Sakura, 8 of 30, batting 267, 5 runs scored with an RBI and a double and a walk during regular season play. First pitch misses for ball 1. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Securo down on strikes, and the Queens leave them loaded here in the first inning. But DeSoto takes the lead here in the bottom of the first inning as they get 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 left. We played an inning. Queens lead at 3-2. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. Keely Cochran leading things off for the Skeeters here in the top of the second inning as they try to answer back. Skeeters took the 2-0 lead in the top of the first. And then the Queens answered with 3 in the home half of the first inning. Back to Dockery. She has it. And there's one away. That brings up the right fielder, Julia Tomolsky. Tomolsky was 10 of 41 during the regular season, 244 the average with 8 runs scored, 7 runs driven in, a homer, a double, and 4 walks. Dockery from Hilltown, Pennsylvania, a freshman at Florida State in 2026 and redshirted on the freshman to watch list for Softball America. Her dad, Timothy Dockery, played professional baseball in the Phillies and Reds organizations. One of several Florida State Seminoles here in the league that redshirted in 2026. Lonnie Almeida, one of those coaches that really utilized the red shirt for some of the young players. So it's going to be kind of going away now with the 5 for 5. At least the official designation. We can still see people not compete in games in their first year, but it'll still count in a year of eligibility, but you have 5 of them instead of the 4. Tomolsky fooled by that one. And there's 2 away. Second strikeout of the day by Dockery. And that brings up the shortstop, Lila Tidball. Tidball, a 306 batter during the regular season, 11 of 36, 8 runs scored with an RBI, 2 doubles, and 2 walks. First pitch is a strike. Oftentimes, we do see a team from these first few games in the playoffs make some noise in these playoffs. FGCL, anybody can beat anybody. And there are a lot of teams outside the top 4 that are bunched together. Not a lot of separation between number 5 and number 14 in the final standings. One hopper back to the pitcher. Dockery has it. Will make the throw for out number 3, and Avery Dockery comes back here in the second and sits down the Skeeters in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the home half of the second inning. 3-2 Queens. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Queens with a 3-2 lead over the Skeeters. Queens sent all 9 batters to the plate in the first inning, so it'll be the top of the order again here in the second, starting with the shortstop, Lauren Fox. She walked and scored in that 3-run first. In the regular season, you see teams bat 10. A lot of rotating, making sure everyone has as equal as possible plate appearances throughout the regular season. But once we get to the postseason, it's standard softball, playing for keeps. Some will see their season come to an end here this morning. Fox, a sophomore at Syracuse in 2026, from Commerce Township, Michigan. Batted .247 for the Orange, 20 of 81, 6 RBIs, a double, a triple, and 12 runs scored. Pops up this bunt, and a diving catch made by Tegan Riley coming up from third for out number 1. That brings up Rayleigh McKinney, the right fielder. She singled, stole a base, and scored in the first. We also see when we get to the playoffs, the intensity ratchet up. It's a summer league. It's a short season, but when you're playing every day, it does get long. You do get tired, but there's a rejuvenation when you get to a postseason where it's win or go home every game. Single elimination. Everybody made it. And comes in across the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be foul. Addison Fry in the circle. Freshman at Providence in 2026 from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. She entered the transfer portal and is heading to the SEC, the newest Kentucky Wildcat. Two-way player for the Friars and for the Skeeters. In the circle for Providence, had a 4.22 ERA and 78 innings pitched. 98 hits, 55 runs, 47 earned with 26 walks, 59 strikeouts, and a 6-5 record. That one's well hit, and that's going to get over Bradshaw's head and get up against the wall. And McKinney, now a 2-for-2 day. A single and now a double. And the Queens trying to add to their 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. With left fielder Gwen Hall stepping to the plate. Hall walked and scored her first time. Sophomore at McNeese in 2026 from Roland, Arkansas. Right outside Little Rock. Was 9 of 33 for McNeese, batted .273 with 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, .333 the on-base percentage. Two balls and no strikes. Morgan Kosler, the longtime head coach of the Skeeters. Ashley Trierweiler, the first-year head coach of the Queens, who are in their second year of competition here in the FGCL. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Hall with a fly ball to shallow left. Totarski charges in. She'll make the catch. And there's 2 gone. And that brings up Keegan Mayhew, who tied things up with a 2 RBI double in the first. Queens add an extra run. They're up 3-2 now. Another opportunity for the FGCL All-Star, Keegan Mayhew. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Mayhew, a freshman at Creighton in 2026 from Elmont, Texas, the 2026 Big East Freshman of the Year. For the Blue Jays, batted .336, 48 of 143 with 53 RBIs, had 13 homers as a true freshman with a triple, 11 doubles, and 26 runs scored. And she's going to talk to Coach Trierweiler. The 1-1. It's too far inside. 2-1. Inside maybe a touch higher than some of the other calls. You've seen the inside part of the plate and some river called against righties. That one might have been a bit too high. That comes in, that hits her on the foot, which is unfortunate. for the Queens. Not just because sure that was painful for Mayhew, but also McKinney was going to be safe at third had that just been a normal wild pitch. But instead, it's hit by pitch, and runners now on first and second with 2 outs. And they'll bring up the catcher, Ava Metz. She struck out her first time. Metz, an incoming freshman from Cumming, Georgia. She's on her way to Walter State. She's on her way to Walter State, where she will play for FGCL Coach of the Year, Brittany Purser. Called strike, runner goes, and she's going to be safe at third, just ahead of the tag. So a stolen base for Riley McKinney. Swing and a miss. And Mayhew tried to get caught in a rundown, but instead she'll get a stolen base. So now the count is full. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That struck out for the second time today, and that'll do it for the Queens here in the second. They get a couple runners in scoring position, but can't add to their lead. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We played 2. Queens with a 3-2 lead over the Skeeters. This is the FGCL. We head to the third inning. Queens with a 3-2 lead over the Skeeters. Top of the order due up for the Skeeters here. Totarski, Artanis, and Bradshaw. Avery Dockery back out for her third inning of work. First pitch is a fly ball to right. Kenny's there. She'll make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. And that will bring up Olivia Artanis. She is 0 for 1, reached on error and scored in the first. Artanis, a freshman at Queens University in 2026, is in the portal. Batted 156 for Queens with an RBI and 10 runs scored. Slap foul, 1-2. It's outside. Here comes the payoff. Chopper back to Dockery. The throw in time to get the speedy Artanis, and there's 2 away. And we're going to see a new pitcher come in now for the Queens. So Avery Dockery goes 2 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. And the new pitcher for the Queens is the sophomore righty out of Pasco Hernando, Sophia Spengler. Spengler, in the regular season, 12 appearances, 26 2/3 innings pitched, with a 2-2 record, 17 runs allowed, 14 earned, for a 3.67 ERA, 33 hits, 9 strikeouts, to 3 walks, 135 the whip. And she'll come in here with 2 out, nobody on, and she's also throwing to the new catcher for the Queens, as Hope Jordan now behind the dish. And the first batter facing Spengler will be Kendall Bradshaw, who hit a 2-run homer her first time up. Bunts this one, and it is a foul ball. It rolled right along the chalk and stopped just in foul territory. Could not have been fouled by more than a couple inches. Bunted out again and missed, this time 0-2. Bradshaw, a junior in 2026 at Appalachian State from Apex, North Carolina. She transferred to App State from Gaston College, where she was an all-region JUCO player. And she drills this one to deep right field. That's back and off the wall. McKinney gets it in quickly, so that's going to be a long single for Kendall Bradshaw. She's 2 for 2 on the day and just missed her second round tripper. So the Skeeters now with 2 outs, trying to make some noise here in the third inning, down 3-2 with Annalisa Weinbarger at the plate. She struck out her first time. Runner goes, and Bradshaw steals second. Throw was wide. Weinbarger, a multi-year Skeeter, trying to advance here in the playoffs. Redshirt junior at Winthrop in 2026. He transferred to Winthrop from Coastal Carolina from Yulee, Florida. At Winthrop, batted .263, 30 of 114 with 26 RBIs, hit 11 home runs, 3 doubles. That's a fly ball. No, that's a fair ball. That's off the wall. And gone. No, that's off the left field foul pole. Annalisa Weinbarger, a 2-run homer. And the Skeeters take the 4-3 lead. That one looked like it was going to go foul and then hit the left field foul pole. And all with 2 outs, all against the new pitcher, the Skeeters take the 4-3 lead. Now bring up Tegan Riley. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Riley, a junior at Lynn in 2026 from Tampa, Florida. Pops this one up behind the third base bag, ranging over and making the catch is Fox for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Skeeters strike with 2 outs, a 2-run homer by Annalisa Weinbarger. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third, now 4-3. Skeeters with the lead. This is the FGCL. Ashlyn Van Meter leading things off here in the third inning. Queens trying to answer back once again. The Skeeters have a 4-3 lead. Van Meter had an RBI single her first time up, which gave the Queens the lead at the time. That one's lined to left, and that's down for a base hit. So Ashlyn Van Meter 2 for 2 on the day. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the third. We'll bring up the third baseman, Jamie Sepsic. She walked her first time. Sepsic, a freshman at the State College of Florida. Lake Wales, Florida native. Batted .401 for SCF. 67 and 167, 44 RBIs with a couple of homers, 11 doubles, and 41 runs scored. Part of the World Series team for the State College of Florida this past season. For Seacow head coach Brett Sarawine. Speaking of the Sea Cows, They're in the bottom of the fourth inning over on field one. And the Impact have a 1-0 lead in that first round matchup. That's bunted foul. And again, the winner of that one will take on the 6 seed Aquanauts in the second round later today. Winner of this one will take on the 5 seed Circus. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. The throw down is going to be in time. Annalisa Weinbarger throws out Van Meter trying to steal on a strike him out, throw him out double play. And there's now 2 away. And that'll bring up Sophia Spengler for her first at-bat of the day. Spengler, 5 of 23 during the regular season, 217 the average with 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it for the Queens here in the third inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left. We've played 3, 4-3 Skeeters. This is the FGCL, this is the playoffs. Addison Fry leading off this fourth inning. Sophia Spangler back out now for her first full inning of relief. Fry's 0 for 1, grounded out her first time. And that one's driven to deep left field. That one's way back. Way gone. Third homer of the day for the Skeeters. This one a solo shot by Addison Fry. And the Skeeters have a 5-3 lead. And that is going to be the end of the day for Sophia Spangler. So Spangler goes a third of an inning. Gave up 3 hits and 3 runs that were all earned. No walks, no strikeouts.
Okay.
And the new pitcher for the Queens is going to be Belle Rosales from Eastern Florida State, the right-handed freshman. Rosales had the most innings for the Queens in the regular season. Pitched 28, had a 1-6 record, 25 runs allowed, 21 earned, 5.25 the ERA, 38 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 10 walks. And her job now is to try to keep the Skeeters where they are and give the Queens offense, which has been a bit more effective today.
I'm also subbing Jordan in left field. Jordan Marola for Glenn Hall. Thank you.
Yep. See what? Oh. How do I change that?
And Jordan Marola also entering the game. She is now in left field. Keely Cochran will be the batter. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Rosales. Cochran, freshman at Minnesota. This past season, batted .125 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. 1-1 the count now. Now the Skeeters do have an offense capable of mashing their way through a bracket. And it's not unheard of for them to make a run from day one. She didn't go. The count's full, 3-2. The problem for both these teams is that the Skeeters, that the Circus waiting on them. You can make the argument in the second half of the season, this Circus top 2 or 3 teams in the league. That one's drilled deep left field. It's a 4-homer day for the Skeeters. They go back to back here in the 4th inning, and it's now 6-3. That's overall the second home run of the year for Keely Cochran. Hit one during the regular season. Same with Addison Fry, who hit the first one out. And I say that about the Circus, only to say it really doesn't matter. If you're in a game like this one, survive in advance and figure it out when the next game comes. It's a tough road to come out of these two games featuring the bottom four, but as I've said, it is possible. It has been done before to at least make a run toward the quarterfinals, if not the semis, as that one misses a little bit low for ball one. Julia Tomolsky is the batter. She struck out her first time. 3 home runs in the last 4 batters for the Skeeters. And they've gone back to back here in the 4th inning. That one's going to bloop, and it's going to one-hop Van Meter, who charged in, tried to make a catch, but it's in for the bloop single. The Skeeters now looking at the possibility of slamming the door on the Queens in their season here in the 4th inning with Lila Tidball at the plate, who grounded out her first time. Runner on first, still nobody out. First pitch is a strike. Tidball, a freshman at Florida Southern from Columbia, Missouri. Fouls that one off on a hit and run. Loggerheads and Finns in the 8-9 matchup coming up next here on Field 2. Scheduled for a noon first pitch. That one bounces in, it bounces away, and Tomolsky will take second on the wild pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tidball's down on strikes, and that's the first out of the inning for the Skeeters. And we'll turn the lineup over back to the top of the order, and Sydney Totarski, who's over 2 with a couple of flyouts. First pitch is a strike. That's grounded to third. Sepsic will field and throw. Tomolsky stays at second. There's 2 gone. Good play by Sepsic. She wasn't really worried about the runner on second. Just trying to get an out. Was successful. Now 2 outs. Runner on second. Olivia Artanis, the batter. 0 for 2. Reached on air and scored in the first. The final standings with tiebreakers here in FGCL play ended up with the Slice in first place, regular season champions at 14-2. Rivermox in second at 12-4. Swashbucklers in third at 11-4. That's going to fall for a base hit into left field. A bloop single opposite way. Puts runners on the corners now with two away for Kendall Bradshaw. Bradshaw 2 for 2 on the day. 2-run homer in the first. Single with a run scored in the third. Trying to put things away for the Skeeters here in the fourth. They lead it by 3. First pitch is in the dirt. But going with the pitch, so getting a stolen base is Artanis. So now a huge opportunity for KB Bradshaw. Swashbucklers finished third at 11-4. Squeeze fourth at 10-5. Circus in fifth at 8-8. They have the tiebreaker over the Aquanauts at 8-8. Rodeo at 7-8. They're in seventh. Loggerheads in eighth at 7-9. Finns in ninth at 7-10. Snowbirds in 10th at 6-10. Impact and Queens finished up tied for 11th. Impact had the tiebreaker, 10-5. Skeeters and Sea Cows finished up tied for 13th, 11-5, with the Skeeters having the tiebreaker. Tried to finish with everyone with the same amount of games played, but had a couple of rainout days that made that virtually impossible. Counts now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. First base is open with 2 outs, but you have another of the home run hitters, Annalisa Weinberger, on deck. Did a 2-run shot directly off the left field foul pole her last time up. Payoff pitch. Bradshaw fouls it away. And Bradshaw will get another opportunity. Bradshaw again finished second in the league in home runs during the regular season. Had a good showing in the home run derby yesterday. That was won by Ariel Kruger from the Slice. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a huge strikeout by Bella Rosales keeps the Queens in the ball game. But the Skeeters added their lead here in the fourth with back-to-back homers. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 6-3. Skeeters with the lead. This is the FGCL. First pitch to Cassis Securo here in the bottom of the fourth inning, lined into right field, and that's a leadoff single for the 9-hole hitter for the Queens as they try to climb back in this one. They're down 6-3. And we go back to the top of the order. Lauren Fox, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Addison Fry back out now for her 4th inning of work through 3 innings, giving up 3 runs, all earned, on 5 hits. Those all came in the first inning. And the Queens set 9 to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Since then, Fry settled down and settled in a bit. Morgan Glossler sticking with her for now. The 0-1 is waved at and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. First and second rounds completed today. We'll have the quarterfinals and semifinals tomorrow. Championship game on Saturday. That championship game will be at 10 a.m. Here on Field 2, we'll have a full pregame for that one with Gray Robertson, the director of broadcasting here in the FGCL, along with myself. And our third broadcaster here this season. Great job done by Lance Williams. Counts full, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got Fox to chase high and away, and there's one gone. For Rayleigh McKinney, who's had a good day, she's 2 for 2. Single and scored in the first, doubled in the second. Fouls first pitch off for strike 1. Bottom of the 5th over on field 1. Impact still with a 1-0 lead over the Sea Cows. And battle to face the Aquanauts. Ground ball to short, and it goes right through the wickets of Tidball. So that will be an E6. Runners now on first and second with 1 away. Is that bounding ball towards Tidball had some top spin on it, but he got through. So that's the first error of the game by the Skeeters, which will put runners now on first and second with 1 out for Gwen Hall. For Jordan Marola getting her first at bat of the day. Marola was 1 for 25 in the regular season with a run scored. A couple of walks. Marola pops it up on the infield. That I don't think ever got high enough for the infield fly to be called, but the catch was made, and there's 2 away. Keegan Mayhew grounds this one through for a base hit in left field. Coming in to score is going to be Securo, and that will be the third RBI of the day for Keegan Mayhew. RBI single, takes second on the throw, and it's now 6-4. So runners now both in scoring position with 2 outs. And the first pitch, Hope Jordan misses outside for ball 1. Jordan 2 of 20 during the regular season, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. One of the hits was a home run. Jordan does represent the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2 now. Counts now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Fry tried to limit the damage. He's allowed 1 unearned run here in the 4th. Trying to leave it just at that. Well outside for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded with 2 out. And they'll bring up Ashlyn Van Meter, who is 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles and an RBI. Looking over, seeing both the loggerheads and the Finns getting warmed up for the 8-9 matchup coming up next. Noon, the scheduled first pitch. The final game of the day here on Field 2 will be the winner of this one taking on the Circus. Two balls, no strikes. Now on Van Meter. The 2-0 is fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. Three and one, nowhere to put Van Meter. Swing and a miss. And the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. The base runners will be off with the pitch. Gapper will score 3 in that case, in all likelihood. Payoff. Outside for ball 4. So the RBI walk pulls the Queens within 1. And Jamie Sepsick will be the batter. 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the first and struck out in the third on the front part of a strike him out, throw him out double play. But the Queens had the momentum, kept the Skeeters from adding to the lead following the back-to-back home runs in the top of the 4th inning. And have answered that with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Sepsick swings and misses, 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes now. One, two. Too high, 2-2. Counts full once again. Again, with nowhere to put Sepsick. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a huge strikeout there by Addison Fry. Strands the bases loaded for the Queens here in the 4th. Queens are back in it. They're down 1. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 3 left. We head to the 5th, 6-5. Skeeters with the lead. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. New catcher for the Queens as we head to the 5th inning. Taylor Davidson now behind the plate. Skeeters, 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and 3 left. Queens, 5 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. Skeeters scored 2 runs in both the 1st, 3rd, and 4th innings. Queens with 3 in the 1st and 2 in the 4th. In a back and forth type of game here in the first round of the playoffs. And the first batter here in the 5th inning, facing Bella Rosales, will be Annalisa Weinbarger. First pitch to Weinbarger is a strike. Weinbarger, 1 for 2, a strikeout in the 1st and a 2-run homer off the left field foul pole in the 3rd. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Weinbarger will dig for second as Marola gets it out of the corner. And that will be a leadoff double for Weinbarger. She's now 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of extra base hits. And running for the catcher for the Skeeters is going to be Emma George. With Tegan Riley at the plate. Riley is 1 for 2 with a single in the first to pop out in the third. First pitch drops in for ball 1. There is stuff happening over on field 1. We'll update you here momentarily. 1-0 Riley. Fly ball to center. Van Meter will make the catch. No tag. There's one gone. Now bring up Addison Fry. 1 for 2 on the day. A solo homer in the 4th inning. Over on field 1, the Sea Cows have taken a 4-1 lead over the Impact in the top of the 6th inning. A 3-run homer from Allie Bunch, giving the Sea Cows the lead. And now, all of a sudden, the Impact are in danger of being the first casualty of the playoffs this season. And I just say that because unless things change, I would say that game is going to end before this one. They're in the 6th. We're in the top of the 5th. Fry skies this one to fairly deep center field, but underneath it to make the catch is Van Meter for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts after the double. Puts now a runner on second with 2 out for Keely Cochran, who hit the second of back-to-back homers with Fry in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 with that solo shot. In this game so far, we've seen the Queens go with 3 different pitchers. Only 1 so far for the Skeeters. Fly ball left center field on the run, and tracking it down is Marola in the gap for out number 3. Here in the 5th inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Skeeters. We stretch here on field 2. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Skeeters hold on to a 6-5 lead over the Queens. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. Emery Ream getting in at bat here to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. With the Queens down 6-5. First pitch was a strike. Addison Fry back out for her 5th inning of work for the Skeeters. Ream 1 for 22 during the regular season with a run scored, 2 walks. Chase is high and away there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ream will set back in with a 3-2 count. Trying to get things going for the Queens in the bottom of the 5th, down 1. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, 4 strike 3. And there's one away. Eight strikeouts on the day for Addison Fry. One out now for the second baseman, Cassie Sakuro, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back last inning. One hopper to short. Tidball gloves, throws, and there's 2 away. Now 2 out, nobody on for Lauren Fox, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. That backdoor's in for the called strike, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Queens, for the first time today, conventionally, go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, no whistle errors, nobody left. We played 5, 6-5. Skeeters on top. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. 8-9-1 due up for the Skeeters here in the top of the sixth inning, trying to add their 6-5 lead. Julia Tomolsky will lead things off. 1 for 2, strikeout in the second, a single in the fourth. Fouled the first pitch off for strike one. Bella Rosales back out for another inning of work for the Queens. That swung on and missed, 0-2. In 2 innings of relief, Rosales has given up a run on 4 hits. Two strikeouts, no walks for Rosales. Two, swing and a miss. Strike 3, there's one gone. Here in the 6th inning. And that brings up Lila Tidball, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Another change out in the field for the Queens. Gwen Hall has re-entered the game in left field. First pitch, a strike to Tidball. It's lifted to center. Van Meter is there. She'll make the catch, and there's 2 away. Back to top of the order, Sydney Totarski. 0 for 3 on the day, a couple flyouts and a ground out. We've seen the Skeeters get the 2-out production. The 2-run homer by Annalisa Weinbarger back in the third was with 2 outs. That one's grounded to short. Fox makes a stop in the throw for out number 3, and for the first time since the second inning, the Skeeters go down in order here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 6-5 Skeeters. This is the FGCL, this is the playoffs. Riley McKinney leading things off for the Queens. They're down 1, 6-5. Bottom of the 6th inning. McKinney's reached 3 times, 2 for 3. Single and scored in the first, doubled in the second, reached on air and scored in the fourth, and she'll reach again. First pitch swinging, lines it to left. The 3 for 4 day for McKinney. And the Queens now have the tying run on base, and they'll go ahead and run at the plate. And Gwen Hall will be the batter. 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first, had a fly out in the second. First pitch is a ball. Jordan Marola batted in the fourth inning in her spot. Bunt and run, but it's foul, 1-1. The 7-10 match over on Field 1 coming up at noon is going to be very interesting. The Rodeo and the Snowbirds. We may see a matchup of, statistically, swing and a miss, 1 and 2. The two best pitchers in the league. Duncan for the Snowbirds, and pitcher of the year here in the FGCL, Meredith for the Rodeo. The two starting pitchers in the All-Star game could be facing off in that 7-10 matchup. That's starting at noon over on Field 1. That's grounded to second. The underhand throw is just in time for Martanis to get Hall at first. McKinney moves to second. There's one away. The ball was hit too slowly to possibly get the lead runner there. And that brings up now Keegan Mayhew. Good day for her. 2 for 2. 2 RBI double in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second, and an RBI single in the fourth. First pitch is strike. Fouled off. Over on Field 1, they're now in the top of the 7th inning after the Impact matched the Sea Cows 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Impact now lead it 5-4. So the Sea Cows down to their final 3 outs. No lead is safe here in the FGCL, and especially in the playoffs. Have to bring it every at-bat. The pitch is outside, 1 and 2. And that's a fly ball to right. Ranging over Samolski, she'll make the catch. Tagging up from second and safe at third is going to be McKinney. There's now 2 outs in the tying run. 60 feet away as Mayhew is retired for the first time today. And now Taylor Davidson will get her first at bat in a huge spot. First pitch fouled away for strike 1 off the foot. Davidson in the regular season was 2 of 21. Had a double and 3 walks. 2 balls and a strike. That's popped up in foul ground, third base side. It will get out of play. Hit off of the light pole and bounce right back in. So 2 outs, the tying run at third base. They're in the bottom of the 6th. And that's high, and the count's full, 3-2. Ashlyn Van Meter, who is 2 for 2 on the day with a couple RBIs, is on deck for the Queens. And that's low for ball 4, and Van Meter will get a chance. So the walk now will put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Ashlyn Van Meter. RBI single in the first, singled in the third, an RBI walk in the fourth. And the Skeeter defense is going to come in and talk things over with Addison Fry. Fry's given up the 5 runs, 3 earned on 8 hits. She struck out 9. And that walk was her 6th of the day. Meeting is adjourned. And Van Meter will step in. First pitch is low for ball 1. Van Meter with a fly ball, well hit to center field. That's back and off the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Davidson will round third. Here comes the throw. The relay is in time. The batter is out at the plate. The runner is out at the plate, I should say. And they're gonna challenge it to look at it. No, are they? They are gonna challenge. All right. So hold on. Let me look. We are tied. We'll see if the go-ahead run is safe. 1 moment. The call is upheld. The runner is out at the plate, but the Queens tie things up. Ashlyn Van Meter with her 3rd RBI of the day. But a nice relay. Doesn't allow the Queens to take the lead, and that'll do it for the Queens here in the 6th. They get a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We head to the 7th. We're tied up at 6. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. We head to the 7th inning. We're tied up at 6 between the Skeeters and the Queens in this first round of the FGCL playoffs. The winner will take on the will take on the Circus at 2:30. The loser will see the 2026 season come to an end here in the FGCL. Olivia Artanis will lead things off, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a single on the day. First pitch is high for ball 1. Belle Rosales back out for another inning of work for the Queens. Set down the Skeeters in order last inning. This is their 4th full inning of relief. Sea Cows are down to their final strike over on field 1. That one's fouled away. 2-1. Line drive caught at second base by Sakuro. Just a well-placed defensive alignment there by the Queens. And there's one away. Now for KB Bradshaw. 2 for 3 on the day. A 2-run homer in the first, a single with a run scored in the third, a strikeout in the fourth for Bradshaw. First pitch is high for ball 1. Sea Cows with the base runner. They've tied things up. It's 5-5. So maybe this game will end first. We'll see. 2 very close games here. Not unusual. We have some very evenly matched squads here facing off in the first round. Bradshaw fouls that one off. To the backstop. That one is driven to deep center field, way back, way gone. KB Bradshaw, her second homer of the day, gives the Skeeters a 7-6 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Late inning heroics all over the place here in round 1. Well, the Skeeter home run leader, 2 on the day, and Annalisa Weinbarger makes it back-to-back. For the second time in this game, the Skeeters hit back-to-back home runs, and it's now 8-6 here in the 7th.
Subbing Avery back in as the DP. I meant to flipping my DP.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
So the Skeeters, on the day, have hit 6 home runs. They've hit back-to-back home runs twice, and they have 2 players with multiple home runs. Bradshaw with 2, and now Annalisa Weinbarger with 2. And now the Queens will go back to the starter, Avery Dockery. So Rosales went 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, and 3 runs are all earned. Those were all on solo homers. No walks and 2 strikeouts. And Avery Dockery will re-enter, who went 2 2/3 earlier in the game, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks and 2 strikeouts. And she's trying to limit the damage here in the top of the 7th to give her offense a chance in the home half. First pitch to Tegan Riley, misses for ball 1. Riley is 1 for 3, a single back in the first inning. Riley, back, 2 back. 3 consecutive solo shots for the Skeeters here in the 7th. And it is now 9-6. So let me adjust what I just said. Now 7 total homers for the Skeeters. They've gone back-to-back once and back-to-back-to-back twice. And now Addison Fry lines this one just foul down the left field line as she's trying to become the 3rd batter in the Skeeter lineup with multiple homers in a day. Remember earlier in the game when I talked about the Skeeters having an offense that could mash their way through a playoff? That's a fly ball to left. That one's going to stay in the ballpark. Catch made by Hall. And there's 2 away. That'll bring up the first baseman, Keely Cochran. She's 1 for 3. She hit a solo homer back in the 4th. As a team during the regular season, the Skeeters hit a total of 14 homers. They've hit 7 today. Cochran audibly fooled by the changeup there. When 2 just drops in a little bit too low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back up the middle. That's going to tick off 2 different gloves, and that's going to be a single for Keely Cochran. Right fielder Julia Tomolsky now at the plate. And she'll get hit by the first pitch. So runners now on first and second with 2 outs. Skeeters lead at 9-6. And Lila Tidball's at the plate. She's 0 for 3. For the Skeeters, spots 9 and 1 in the order are the only 2 that have not reached base. And 8, 9, and 1 are the only spots in the order that have not scored in this game. That one's grounded foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it for the Skeeters here in the 7th. But here in the top of the 7th, the Skeeters hit back-to-back-to-back solo homers. They get 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th, the last chance for the Queens. It's 9-6 Skeeters. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, the last chance for the Queens. The Skeeters with a 9-6 lead after hitting back-to-back-to-back solo homers in the top of the 7th inning. Addison Fry trying to finish this one off complete. And she'll start things off with 7-8-9 with the Queens, starting with Jamie Sepsic, who is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts and a walk. Sepsic takes this to right center field, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. Sepsic will round first, head to second, and she will stand up there. Leadoff stand-up double by Jamie Sepsic. And the Queens now bring the tying run to the on-deck circle. And Avery Dockery will be the batter. She has batted once today. She popped out in the first inning. We have our first final of the playoffs. The Impact walk off the Sea Cows 6-5. A Cameron Nolte RBI single in the bottom of the seventh. First pitch is a strike. So it'll be the Impact and the Aquanauts in the second round coming up at 2:30 over on field 1. Winner of this one takes on the Circus at 2:30 here on field 2, as that's a called strike 0-2. As the Manatee Sea Cows are the first team eliminated from the 2026 playoffs. First casualty, we're down to 13 teams. We'll be down to 8 by the end of the day. Addison Fry for the Skeeters has pitched effectively, if not dominantly, here today. But she's been picked up by a Skeeters offense that had their hitting shoes on today. That's grounded. That's going to get through. So Avery Dockery with the base hit, putting runners on the corners with nobody out, and the tying run will come to the plate here in the seventh.
Hey, Raymond, I have a question. So if I've already marked all my subs,
So Jordan Marola will come in to courtesy run for Dockery. And Cassie Curro is the batter. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the fourth. First pitch just misses inside for ball 1. Ground ball to short. They'll step on second for 1. Won't be able to turn the double play. Sepsic comes in to score. It's now 9-7. So that's an RBI fielder's choice for Securo. And that brings up Lauren Fox. 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored back in the first. Fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. So a tying run back at the plate again for the Queens here, this time with 1 out. Fouled away, 1 and 2. If you're searching for the loggerheads and the fins, that's coming up 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. This one has been a great one to start things off. Playoffs are a different animal, man. Counts now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's going to be a fair ball down the left field line. Coming around to Sakuro, she will score ahead of the throw, and that's an RBI double for Lauren Fox. And it's now 9-8 Skeeters. Chalk flew up down the left field line. And now the tying run is on second base, and the winning run is at the plate for the Queens with 1 gone. And it's Riley McKinney, who has reached base all 4 plate appearances. First pitch misses for ball 1. McKinney, 3 for 4. Singled and scored in the first, doubled in the second. Rishon Aaron scored in the fourth, singled and scored in the sixth. And the count now 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got it with a rise, and the Queens are down to their final out. McKinney is retired for the first time today. And now the last chance for the Queens is Gwen Hall. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored on the day for Hall. First pitch, inside, did not go on the check swing, 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. That's a fair ball down the first base line. Fox will round third. She'll come in to score. Hall digging for third herself. She slides in safely with a game-tying RBI triple with 2 outs. Skeeters are discussing whether or not to challenge whether that was a fair or foul ball. They decided not to challenge, which was the correct call. We are tied up yet again. And now the winning run is 60 feet away. Keegan Mayhew is the batter. 2 for 3. 2 RBI double in the second, an RBI single in the fourth. Hit by a pitch in the second, and had a fly out in the sixth. If this is just the start, the 2026 FGCL playoffs are going to be on another level. That's a fly ball, right center, and it's dropped! Coming in to score, the winning run is Gwen Hall, and the Queens walk it off. Your final score, the Queens 10, the Skeeters 9. So the Queens advance. They will play the Circus coming up at 2:30 here on Field 2. And the Skeeters see their season come to an end in absolute heartbreak on a dropped fly ball to allow the winning run to come in to score. Here in the 7th inning for the Queens, they get 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error. As they answer the Skeeters 3 in the top of the 7th with 4 of their own here in the bottom of the 7th. The Queens will advance. They're now 6-10 overall. The Skeeters see their 2026 season come to a close at 5-12. Winning pitcher is Avery Dockery. Addison Fry will take the loss for the Skeeters. Ten runs on 13 hits, 1 error, and 10 left for the Queens. For the Skeeters, 9 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left on base. Coming up next here on field number 2, it's going to be the 8-9 matchup. Loggerheads taking on the Finns. We'll have it for you in 30 minutes. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury. And for everyone here at the FGCL, thanks for joining us for a great game number 1 of the playoffs. Talk to you again in about 30 minutes. This is the FGCL. This is the playoffs.